What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be Project Runway season 18 episode 12. Now let me say this to y'all. I hated this episode. I liked some things about this episode, but overall I hated this episode. We're going to get into why. Y'all probably done figured out why. So, we start this episode off and nobody went home last week. Thank you guys for correcting me in the comments that they said two people were going to have to go home this week. Whatever. All right. So 2 people are going home this week. And so, but this is the Avant-Garde challenge, right? Now, I ain't always crazy about the Avant-Garde challenge because, again, Avant-Garde is to me very, very subjective. It's like art. You know what I'm saying? Like something that I love, you hate. Something that you hate, I love. Something that neither one of us understands, but it's just something about it that's just compelling. Whatever. So we're down to the last couple of models, and so they get to pick the models in order of who won the challenge last week, which was Nancy. So Nancy got to pick first, and then she got to choose who would go first. So then she chose Sergio, because her and Sergio real cool. So then Sergio chose Emily. Emily chose Jeffrey. Jeffrey chose Marquis, which left Victoria last. And of course, Victoria said, I think that's how it went, y'all. But then of course, Victoria said that she felt like that meant that, everybody was scared of her. So anyway, it's the Avant-Garde challenge. They have 2 days to complete the challenge. They have $600 at Mood. And honey, they get to Mood and they tell them they got $600. And of course, everybody's like, oh my gosh. Here go Victoria. That's not enough money. What? I mean, you have challenges where you only had $200. Girl, if you don't go sit your ass down. So Marquis is feeling pretty confident because he does a lot of avant-garde because, he's on the ballroom scene and he creates costumes for, ballroom all the time, and that's very avant-garde. Jeffrey's feeling pretty confident because that's what he does. That's the type of designing that he does. It's very avant-garde. He said that's his bread and butter. He was like, if I screw this up, I might be messing up my whole brand because that's how I make my money. They're going to be showing at this building called The Vessel. That building looks beautiful. They said it's New York's newest landmark. I had never seen that building before, and the next time I go to New York, I have got to make sure I get over there. It is a beautiful. It looks like a big bowl. It's really nice, and it's got these, child. It's beautiful. Just Google the damn picture. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna make the picture my thumbnail. Anyway, so and of course, Sergio has a story he's going to tell with his child. I'm sick of Sergio. We're going to get to Sergio in a minute. Well, at the end. So I'm sick of Sergio. So anyway, they go to Mood. Like I said, they go to Mood. And Christian tells them, he said, look, what I don't want to do is see y'all in the same aisles that y'all have been in. This is avant-garde. You got $600. Push, push, push. Do something different. Go somewhere different. Figure it all out. And so they all have very distinct ideas. Like everybody definitely had an idea of what they wanted to do, right? Okay, so this is the last challenge before New York, before they know who's going to be going to New York Fashion Week. And so they get back to the workroom and Christian is like, I've got a surprise for you. And of course everybody is like, because, that's never a good thing. Christian's like, no, it's a good thing. So what they did was he took them into a room that had all of their outfits from the whole season. And they get a chance to create sort of a mini collection from what they've created throughout the season. And he said, just sort of as like a reminder, just let the judges remind the judges of what you've done for the season and, see your growth and all that good stuff, right? I thought that was a pretty good idea. And they're going to actually bring seamstresses in that will help tailor those outfits to their new models. Because, of course, those outfits were made for the specific model they had at the time of that challenge. And so I was like, okay, cool. So it's something extra, but they don't have to do any extra work. So I thought that was really cool of them. All they had to do was basically pick the outfits that they wanted. And so I think overall they did a good job of picking the outfits that highlighted what they had done for the season. I really do. My only I didn't like I didn't like one of the dresses Sergio chose. I would have chosen the dress that he did for the tie-dye challenge personally. But he chose two other dresses. It was cool. It's whatever. He chose the one from the unconventional challenge, which I thought that was a good idea because I thought he did a great job with that one. But that other dress he chose, that wasn't one of my favorites by him, but clearly it was one of his. So, in the workroom, the only thing, look, let me be clear. The only thing that was like exciting in the workroom was the fact that Jeffrey is doing vinyl. And he said that, latex. I said vinyl, Lord. Latex. And he said that he used to have a whole latex company. And so he makes latex clothes all the time. And that's like his thing. And he's like, I know how to do latex. I know how to work with latex. I can make anything out of latex, blah, blah, blah. And part of me was like, well, why hadn't you done it before? But then another part of me was like, this was smart to save it to the end because, you're going to give him something different. I said, okay, Jeffrey, I see what you're doing. Jeffrey, now he made a couple of jumpsuits, but even the jumpsuits, they didn't look the same. So you can make the same thing and it doesn't have to look the same. You see what I'm saying? So, Brittany is doing the whole butterfly thing again. And in my mind, I'm like, we've seen that. Like, we've seen that. So I didn't think she sort of pushed herself out of the box with that because I feel like the whole 3D butterfly thing, you did it. I mean, if you're going to do the whole 3D thing again, at least use something different. Don't do butterflies. And her thing was all pink. Wasn't crazy about Brittany's look. All right, I guess we just get to the runway, child. Because I'm about to start getting into looks. Because again, now, Victoria gets the most annoying award because what she was making, she cut up little leather things, it's faux leather, and she's creating a garment of just patches of just these little swatches, and it didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it for me. It didn't do it for me. All right, now I'm getting into the looks. Okay. So we get to the vessel, and they're taking the elevator to the top, and the models are walking down the steps. It was a beautiful runway. I mean, it looked like it was a beautiful runway show. It was a great idea. Whoever came up with that idea, whoever put all that together, it was absolutely wonderful. And so poor Brandon, he has vertigo, honey, and he tried to go up. First of all, he wouldn't get in the elevator. He said he has a fear of heights too. So I don't know if it was the vertigo or the fear of heights or both, but whatever. He wasn't playing with them. He wouldn't get on the elevator, and then he started walking up the steps, and he got to like the third level and was like, yeah, no. And he went back down. So I think he was like on the second floor. He wasn't on the first floor, but honey, he wasn't much higher than that. The rest of the judges did go up, and the guest judge was an actress. I don't know that woman. Anyway, she was an actress, and so the outfits were coming down. So it was the three looks, and then it was like the avant-garde look behind it. So, let's just go on and go through these looks, child. I already kind of told y'all Brittany's look. She had the 3D butterfly thing working. She had this pink, like this hot pink, like cloak thingy. It didn't look like it was very tailored. It looked like it was just sort of draped on. Didn't really do it for me. Then we had Marquis. I really liked Marquis's look. It was silver. He had a chain belt. I thought it was really cute. And the way he did it. I mean, not a belt, a chain skirt, like link chain skirt. I thought that was really cute the way he did that. And then he had like this silver jacket, and then he sort of had like this silver, it was like shiny silver jacket, and then he sort of had like this silver top. I thought it was very avant-garde. I liked it. Judges weren't so crazy about it. Nancy, in my opinion, I did like Nancy's look, but it was very reminiscent of stuff we've seen from Nancy, which sort of, kind of, in my opinion, sort of contradicted the whole idea of avant-garde. Like, literally, like, I was going to call the woman Heidi. You know, the host literally said, like, a head above or above or whatever. And I'm thinking, if it's something that we've already seen you do, then how progressive was it really? I liked her look, but again, I don't know. I liked it. Oh, Sergio did a whole Asian thing, and of course he had to tell a story about the samurai. First of all, he told the damn story of Mulan, okay? He was talking about the samurai and how women fought right alongside men, and they were so brave, and they were this, and they were that, and so I was telling the story. And he had the whole kabuki makeup and the outfit. I did like it. I did like his look. But again, like Nina Garcia said, there's nothing new about this. I've seen three. She said, you are a designer and you know your history. You know your fashion history. So you know this isn't new. You know this isn't a different look. You know that, and she started naming all these designers who've done Asian, these Asian inspired runway shows. And of course he had to argue back. Well, theirs was based on geisha. This is based on the samurai. It's different. Nina was like, but the makeup is the same, the hair is the same. Like, stop playing with me. Then we get to Victoria's look. I didn't get it. And I guess that would be avant-garde, because I guess you ain't supposed to get it when it's avant-garde. But I didn't get it. Didn't really do nothing for me. So, I couldn't really tell who was... I mean, I could tell who was on top and who was on the bottom and all that good stuff. But here's why I said I didn't like it. Because I don't know if I agree with who's going to Fashion Week. Jeffree is going. Absolutely agree with Jeffree going. Sergio is going. I don't like Sergio. Sergio definitely can design. I don't hate it that Sergio is going. I don't like it that Sergio is going. Does that make sense? Nancy's going. I'm okay with Nancy going. But Nancy, if you make a pair of goddamn pants, now the fourth person that's going, y'all already know. That damn Victoria is going. I would have rather seen either Brittany or Marquis. At that point, they weren't crazy about Marquis's look, but I thought Marquis's look was very avant-garde. I love that chain skirt. I thought that was absolutely wonderful. Or the chain pants or whatever the hell they ended up being. I thought it was wonderful. Now, I didn't talk about Jeffree's look. Jeffree did latex, and baby, he did that. Oh, he did that. And that's why, Nina was like, how dare you wait to the last challenge to show us this latex? But again, it was the perfect, I think he was waiting for the avant-garde challenge to do latex. I think if they had done the avant-garde challenge the second week, they would have seen latex the second week. I think that's what he was waiting for. You understand what I'm saying? It just so happened that it ended up being the last week. But definitely Jeffree deserves to go. I absolutely believe that. I really think that Victoria should have been eliminated. Delvin still wouldn't have made it. I don't think Delvin would have made it to Fashion Week, only because I just don't think Delvin was giving us enough. He was getting in his head, and I just don't think he was giving us enough original. But Victoria should have been eliminated. So she shouldn't be in Fashion Week because her ass shouldn't still be in the competition as far as I'm concerned. I would have preferred it to be either Brittany or Marquis. And I ain't even crazy about Brittany's looks. But I think that Brittany, she's had a couple of off weeks. But for the most part, I think she's been very consistent. I think she's been very consistent and giving us some original looks and some good looks. I really do. I really do. But anyway, y'all, that's what it is. So we down to the final four. Y'all know next week is going to be the let's go visit everybody at home. Let's get their backstory. Let's see what they working on. And then we'll have the grand finale. So y'all let me know. I'm sure y'all going to, because we've been talking about it in them comments, honey. So I'm sure y'all going to let me know how y'all feel. But I wasn't feeling it. Okay? Let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.